Welcome to Pop Not Pop. So, we're back to the song about kink, which I know you've been looking forward to all week. Anticipation. I wanted the instrumental arrangement of PERVERTERE to encapsulate the intense connection that I described in the last episode. Basically, I love dark tracks that you can dance to. There's a lot of Grimes influence on this track. I feel like I was listening to Kill V Mame a lot. Did you know she has about 40 layers of drums on that track? Phooey! I am not going to have 40 layers of drums. But I basically always want my drums to have the same momentum as a large box being chucked down the stairs. For it to have that breathless, heart-in-mouth, tumbling kind of effect. Now, I started developing this whole track originally through GarageBand for iOS. So I'm going to switch between GarageBand, which I used to use, and Logic, which I graduated to. GarageBand gets laughed at by the audio community sometimes, but frankly, it's no more basic than Fruity Loops. And it's essentially the gateway drug to a lot of DIY and bedroom producers, so I'm excited to share a few things. I started with a kick drum, obviously, but it's kind of a pulsating kick. Boom, 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 boom. Then I added another kick drum playing a rapid triplet. So the overall effect was a bit of a house music vibe. Now you'll notice that I'm all about layers, and we will revisit this theme again and again in my style of production. So for the later choruses, I added a punchy snare and a synthetic clap using the pile driver preset on GarageBand. The sci-fi feel of the main pad is actually two presets playing the same chord structure an octave apart. So two combined synths, an electric piano and a 70s arpeggiated synthesizer. I chose the Chimes, preset name Dreamy Bells, because it reminded me of those music boxes you were able to buy in the 80s and 90s. You know, the one with like the little ballerina like twirling on a stick in the middle? I always found those music boxes super creepy. So I thought that kind of a chime might fit with the vibe, and it did. Someone once said to me that cello was just bass, but more interesting. Bit severe, but it stuck with me. So this time, bass is provided by programmed cello. To be honest, I'm probably going to reprogram this with better quantization, but for now I wanted to keep the tension up, so I decided on plucked rather than bowed cello, using the GarageBand iOS strings. This is a pretty underrated preset in my opinion. The touchscreen functionality allows you to pluck or bow to create orchestral swells. Plus, you can select which elements you want in your ensemble. There's a nice chunk of electric guitar playing going on throughout this track. I'd also been listening to plenty of Block Party, particularly Silent Alarm, which is probably my favourite out of all their albums, followed closely by Intimacy. So I wanted a nice fuzzy reverb effect, but instead of using a digital stomp box, I decided to recruit my own live pedals to do the job. This is The Muff by Nymphosis. So I'm using that for the fuzz, but I'll program the reverb after because it will make it easier to control. However, on stage, I will probably also use my trusty Holy Grail pedal by Harmonix. So in this track, I'm playing electric guitar on verse 2, chorus 2, the middle 8, and the final chorus is to the end of the track. Basically, there are 3 main guitar parts. first, The Alchemist's Choir. Now, I found this in GarageBand. I was looking for a simple choir effect, like just to make it a bit more gothic, you know? And I found a choir synth that just sings the words alchemy and ooh alternately. I literally just laughed for about 10 minutes because I love that preset came from someone's brain. Someone who had clearly been reading way too much Harry Potter, but I had to use it. Right, main vocal. This vocal, much like the song, is all about control and restraint.
The way I talk has you up nights, like sex with the lights on, like nothing you've known before. So out of character, dancing with the matador, with no desire to leave the ring. Baby, relax, you're in good hands, and I'm a creep when you are near. Face full of teeth, leaning to me. I'm burning up, please bring relief.
And that wraps up your music production glimpse into PERVERTERE. I hope you found it as titillating as episode 4. Stick around for a new song next week. And in the meantime, if you'd like to explore my other projects, head on over to patreon.com/IamRooks and have a dip into the Rookes lab. That's all for now, gang. See you next week for more Pop Not Pop.